You want to become successful, right? So congratulations, because you find the right video where I'm going to tell you 7 tips and 1 extra bonus tips, which is actually going to stop you to become successful. So you know if any one of them inside of you, so you can immediately start take action and kill that bad habit out of you. So that is going to make sure that you become successful. All right? So what are you waiting for? Let's get started. Before I start talking about it, I'm going to talk about what is successful. The successful means you set up a goal and you achieve that goal. Your goal can be anything you are setting up in your life, or you're building about your job, and building about your career, building projects, building up in particular skill sets, or you want to build a system around you. It could be small goal, it could be bigger goal. But if you have these 7 habits inside of you, it's smaller or bigger, doesn't matter. It's gonna really make you fail to achieve big goals. And if you talking about the bigger goals, definitely it will never make you successful if any one of them is inside of you. So let's get started. Number 1, you love complaining. Anything happens to you, you love complaining about that. You complain about school, you complain about your parents, you complain about your home, you complain about your salary, you complain about your girlfriend, you complain about your boyfriend, you complain about your weather even. So look, what happened to you? Everything is around you. You are so much pissed about it, and so you just keep complaining. But you forgot one very important thing. That is to solve this problem. Because you are in this world not just about enjoying the environment and enjoying the value is created by other people, but your goal is actually coming to the world and add value. What is the add value? By solving particular problem, take responsibility, solve them, so you can get value in return. So that is so much common and easy to understand, but this is a bad habit. There's a lot of people into it. They're so much sucked up into complaining rather than taking responsibility and solving them. And if they can solve the problem, they can get a better life actually. So that was habit number 1. If you have a complaining habit, it's gonna stop you to become successful. Get rid of it. Now let's talk about that. Number 2, you don't like trying new things. Every time we try to get a new skill means we need to try something new. And you don't like to do anything new, so you don't have any opportunity to get a new skill. So why? Because most of the people love to stay in their comfort zone. So that means they like to do things they already know about it or already good about it, and they don't want to try anything new. So that's why they are so much into their own castles, king, but they have no other area. But as a human, we know so little. Our comfort zone is so little too. So if we not trying new things every day, we never learn new things and get better. And to become successful in our goal, all we need more and more skill. And the best way to do it is trying new skill. That means trying to do new things, and that will help you to get new skills. So if you are not trying new thing, start doing right now. So now let's talk about the tip number 3. You don't love to learn. You are so much but in love with entertainment. So look, how many books did you read in 1 year of time, or how many speech did you watch in different conference, or how many YouTube video really do? So let me do one thing. I think this is a very good cross-check. I want to give you a tips to check what is the status of your online learning, because online learning is the most easiest way of checking and learning, because with that, most of the time, 99% cases, online educations is free. Like the video you're watching right now is an absolutely free, and you can do it at any time, at anywhere, with just a simple smartphone. So with that, let's do a checking up. Go to YouTube and check your history. Go there, and after looking at your history, if you see that 50% or more of the history, the video content you watch about entertainment, movies, songs, musics, Hollywood's movie trailers, and so on, if you're watching more than 50% in your history of those kinds of material, that means simply you are not learning enough. If your history is more than 50%, is it about learning other videos like this video one, or there's other tons of great videos if you're watching them, you're on the right track. So balance this out. If you are watching more than 50%, make it 50% on learning new thing, and that is going to really help you. So now let's talk about the tips number 4. You cannot focus on anything. You love studying many things. Think about what amazing amount of idea you got for last 2 years. Just let's do a quick sanity check. Last 1 year of time, how many idea did you got, and how many of them you actually started working on it, and how long really you did working on it? Just do a quick checkup. You probably started 5, 6, 7, and if you see that 70 to 80% of them you just stop after 2, 3, or 4, even 6 months of time, that means you have a big focus problem. That means you cannot focus. You are so much about instant gratification mindset person you are. And that is what exactly not letting you focus anything. If you want to produce anything great, if you want to produce something workable, something valuable, the one and only thing is you need to work on it. There is no shortcut. You have to stop looking for shortcut. You need to work on it and put it to work on it with great focus for continuous period of time for at least few years. And that's how you're going to get result out of it. So if you have this problem of focus, get rid of it. And that is what, because if you don't have this great focus approach inside of you, that is what is going to kill you, your success potential. Even you are very talented or you are not talented, doesn't matter. If you have this problem, you're not going to be successful. Let's talk about the habit number 5. This one is about you're working for a company, you don't like your boss. You're working in a company, you don't like your team. You're working in a company, you don't like your product as well too. Or even you are studying in a school, you don't like the schools. You don't like your teachers. You don't like your other student mates. But you're just there because you just need money. Because you need money, so you're hanging on to the job. But you are in this company because you think that you need a paycheck to come into it. You are comfortable with this job. Actually, being in a situation like that, you are actually destroying your internal power, which is very much about your internal work ethic. You're simply burning it, and it's getting smaller, smaller, smaller because it's turning into ash inside of you. So when you want to become successful, you really need to be passionate about it. So to get passionate about it, you need to be in a company where you can learn. You like your colleagues because you can learn from them. You like your boss because you can learn from your boss. You go to the school means you learn new things over there. You like your other mates because they are also talented and you've been always impressed by their talents. So that is the environment you need to be, because that is what's going to drive you, and that is what's going to help you like a system around you to become successful. And opposite of it, I just said it. If you've been so comfortable, but you just been there, even you don't like anything of the company, but be just there, it's actually burning your work ethic. And without a work ethic, you are never, ever going to be successful. Like I said that, the previous habit. There is no shortcut. If you're looking for a shortcut around, there is no shortcuts. Because that's the shortcuts. Because the amount of time you're spending finding the shortcuts is actually destroying you. So putting it to work. So, and to put in the work is so much in this habit is needed. You need to have a strong work ethic, like an Iron Man type. That's strong work ethic. So let's go to the next habit. So the habit number 6, you don't like successful people. You think the successful people are not nice persons. Successful people are rude. The successful people so much into material thing. Successful people are not great. They don't have time for the family. The successful people are so busy. Successful people cannot spend time with another girlfriend. Successful people cannot get enough time for their family, parents, and so on. I'm not telling you that every successful people are actually real successful people, because a lot of people look successful, but they are not successful actually. And successful actually can depend on different way. In successful people just should not be called for just based on one criteria, just talking about money. No, successful people, real successful people, has a system around it. They have a family, they have a wealth, they have a career, they have business, they have financial status, and so on. So I just want to tell you one thing. If you love a girl, and if you tell your girl every day, I don't like you, I don't love you, how long is the girl going to stay with you? Probably only the poorest girl and ugliest girl will one day will just only stay with you. But any girl has a little self-esteem, they're going to walk away from you. And if you're a girl, and if you're telling to your boyfriend the same way you don't like him because you think he is not so handsome at all, he's going to walk away too as well. Probably the one who will only stay with you is the worst one and the most ugliest one. So the success is the same too. So when you want to be successful, you need to like other successful people, and you need to like their strengths, and you need to try to get their strengths as well too. You need to learn from them as well too, and then the success will come to you as well. So that is what matters most. All right. You need to find and like success and the people who are holding the successful people, and that will help you to become successful, because that's the way it will help you to learn new things, what really the successful people are doing to become successful. So let's move to the tip number 7. The 7th habit is you love doing everything alone. You think that you know everything. You think that you can do everything. You think that you can find your job by yourself, which you can actually, because so many software system around it, you can find your job. You think that you can find your new projects. You don't like to talk to the people. You don't like to go to the different networking events. You don't think that you don't need a lot of friends, or when you're talking to the friends, you don't really like to spend time with them. You think that you can do it alone, everything, and that is one of the reasons you will not be successful. Because if you like to do everything alone, you will not be successful, because the world is designed in a different way. The world is designed for building value and sharing the value, connecting the value, and make a bigger value. World is about solving problems. But to who do you want to solve the problems? You have to solve other people's problems. And the world has so big problem, and you are so little, one person can never solve a big problem. So you need to work with other people. You need to find other people to build a team, to work together. You need to team up with other successful partners of people to solve problems together as well too. So if you are thinking that you know everything, and because you are the super smart one and you can solve everything alone, and just because of this only one thinking, you will not become successful. So I told you that I'm going to give you one more bonus. So it's time for the bonus right now. You have a bunch of friends, and your friend circle is about not successful, or they don't like successful people, or they don't want to be successful, or they don't think about successful. So that means you are not going to be successful too. Because the friendship is all about this. When you are a friend and you want to connect with other people, you can connect to people who are like you, and the people who like to stay with you, who are also you're like them as well too. So your friend circle is all about they don't like successful people, they don't want to be successful, they don't think about successful as well too. So your friend circle has a big problem, because you actually being a person in a jar who don't want to be successful, actually deep dive inside. So you are in trouble if you are in this situation. So if you're in this situation and you want to be successful, change your friend circle. Find another great way to find new friends to become successful. Connect with other people who can help you to become successful. Do not stay into that status quo of that friend circle who is actually just simply busy commenting you and making you happy, but not becoming successful. You see? So these are my 7 tips, and with the extra bonuses, which is actually going to help you to figure it out, which is not going to be able to let you become successful. If you find any one of this 7 and plus 1 bonus, any one of them inside of you, get rid of them as soon as possible. It's not possible to get rid of them as immediately, but you can start working right now after watching the video. Just take a piece of paper and you start knocking down how many bad habits inside of you right now, all of this 8, and you point them out, And from tomorrow, you start to pay attention of them and try to get rid of them. Don't try to practice on it in your life. And I will tell you, if you do that one, from tomorrow, you will start to step closer to become successful to your goal, right? When you're watching this one, if you have any question, go ahead and comment below. And if you got another tips which can help other people, go ahead and comment too. I love to answer your question, love to interact with you. All the best, become successful, and make this world a better place for everyone. See you soon.